For anyone who has ever lost a beloved pet, I warn you that this is an emotional but truly magical story about the messages my soul baby Lola has sent me since she passed away. Stay tuned to the end for the biggest reveal. From the moment she passed, my dog Lola never truly left. The signs started immediately, so clear and precise I couldn't deny them. I will share more in future bites, but this story of several communications is profound and they are all connected. Late one night, I was deep in grief, stressed, overwhelmed, and missing her intensely. I was stressed because I needed to find a new home to rent quickly, and the search was exhausting. I was in my garden and just cried, telling Lola how much I missed her and how much I wanted to just be with her. Feeling despair, I went to bed. The next morning, I meditated, and after a walk with my other two dogs, I returned home to find a green dragonfly waiting for me on the doorstep. I should mention that I have always had a strong connection to dragonflies, and I also have a tattoo of one. I gently brought this dragonfly inside into the back garden and began caring for it, something I've done with other dragonflies, but this one was different. Something extraordinary began to unfold. This dragonfly started mimicking Lola's exact mannerisms, rubbing the side of her face with her front leg and tilting her head side to side. Something out of all three of my dogs, only Lola did, and I have countless photos of. It hit me like a truck. I said, "Lola, is that you?" Something else I should mention is that before Lola started to decline, she would greet me whenever I walked through the door with such excitement, the same excitement if I was gone for weeks or minutes. She would stand on her hind legs and put her paws up in the air while spreading her toes. She then would give me a big hug around my waist because she was the perfect height for that. When I asked the dragonfly if she was Lola, she flew directly to my waist and stayed there for hours, even as I worked on my computer. I was overwhelmed, but it gets even better. Later that night, I was on the couch with my other two dogs, and I put Lola as the dragonfly on the back of the couch so we were all together again. When it looked like the dragonfly was about to pass, I started to sing Lola's song to her. I only ever sang it to her. It was "You Are My Sunshine," and for the first time all day, the dragonfly's wings began to vibrate. I knew the dragonfly would likely not last until morning. They only live a short time, and it was becoming clear to me that Lola had come into its body to show me that she was still with me. When I went to bed, I put her in the corner of my bedroom where Lola's bed was. Our family was complete again, if only for a short time. I felt such peace. When I woke up, she had passed, and I put her in the tree outside of my window, profoundly grateful for the visit. Later that day, I found the link to my new rental house. When I went to look at it with the rental agent, we were up on the roof when a dragonfly began to circle above our heads. I pointed it out, and the agent said, "Wow, I never see those." Later that day, while I was packing to move, I picked up a wind chime to pack that had been on my rooftop, a green dragonfly. The realizations continued to unfold. One inexplicable thing that had happened several months earlier was that the marble for the right eye of the chime had gone missing. All the marbles that made up the dragonfly chime were embedded in hard metal wiring, so it never made any sense. But what almost knocked me over was when the full picture came to light. Lola only had one eye. She had to have one removed when she was young, and I had the surgeon put a glass eye in its place so her eye wouldn't be sewn shut. It was her right eye. And the magic beyond imagination continued, because as I was overwhelmed with tears, I said out loud, "I hope she knows how much I loved her." And as I continued to pack, I opened a drawer within minutes, and there was her lone heart tag with her name on it. I couldn't believe it, and suddenly my phone made a notification sound, and when I went to look, it had made a spontaneous memory of Lola. It's like she was saying to me, "Geez, Mom, you can be really slow to catch on even when I'm being really obvious." She still continues to communicate with me strongly in multiple ways. But to close the loop on this particular story thread, here's the big reveal. For a previous bite I posted, I focused on Veda Austin's work communicating through water, and I mentioned I would report back when I tried it. I decided to put Lola's name on a sticky note under the petri dish of water, and I sang to it, "You Are My Sunshine." I froze it for the few minutes required, and when I took the photos of the crystallography that had formed, I was stunned. There, in the middle, as you can clearly see, is a dragonfly. They never leave us. The more you practice consciousness, the thinner the veil becomes, allowing the messages from our fur babies to be received loud and clear. It has been the biggest gift. Stay tuned for a part 2 of this bite when I share with you what The Architect by Robert Edward Grant had to say about this Lola story when I first tried it. Has your deceased pet communicated with you? I'd love to hear about it in the comment section.